Okay, and welcome to another edition of Taekwondo Life Magazine Live. My name is Marc Zirogiannis. I'm your host. I'm a third Dan black belt, and I'm the editor-in-chief of Taekwondo Life Magazine. Taekwondo is a member of the Believe Sports Network. Do you believe? Today's episode is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is your online sportsbook experts. I'm sure tonight for Bellator 271, which is this topic of this program, you'll be able to bet on any of the fights that are on the card, whether they be the undercard or whether they be the main card. This is the Chris Cyborg event this evening that Bellator 271 is hosting in the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel in Miami, Florida. So let's get on with it. For those of you that are listening to this, you are listening to this at a later date. I am recording this live on Friday night as I am watching the fight Bellator 271, in particular for the Master Valerie Loureda Turner fight. As you know, that's on the undercard, a contract weight fight. We have covered the career, the mixed martial arts Taekwondo career of Master Valerie Loureda. We covered her last fight, which was one that ended in a loss and a decision. The rest have been very, very exciting wins for her, and she returns tonight to come back to the glory. We covered yesterday we did the weigh-ins, and the day before the preliminary press conference. Master Loureda was her usual bubbly, gracious self in the press conference, excited, confident. She was a little frustrated, I think, by the numerous questions about the last fight and the defeat. I think defeat is somewhat foreign to her, and the fact that she lost was something she didn't want to focus on, but many in the press corps did. So we're going to return to the action here. The intros, I'm going to be watching the fight and commentating as we go, and let's see what the result is in this fight, Bellator MMA 271, coming to you from Miami, Florida. Taylor Turner, Master Loureda's opponent, has had more fights. She's had a mixed card. She just entered the ring to Annie Lennox and the Rhythmics. Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. She is built very different than Master Loureda. She is taller. She's more lean, and she has a much more significant reach. Master Loureda, those of you know, is extremely compact. The very limited crowd that's there due to the COVID protocols are cheering now as Master Loureda makes her entrance in her Dobok top and black belt, wearing the red gloves. This has become a standard entrance for Master Loureda out of respect for her Taekwondo background, her Taekwondo pedigree, her father's Taekwondo dojang. She enters in her Kukkiwon earned 4th Dan black belt and her Taekwondo WT gi, and this gi, Dobok, I apologize. This is no exception. So these fighters are making their way into the ring. They'll do the preliminary announcements, and we'll get started with 3 5-minute rounds. This is not a championship bout, but it is 3 5-minute rounds if it goes the distance. Loureda's in the purple outfit and the red gloves. Taylor Turner in the blue. As I said, Loureda's 5'4", her opponent 5'10". Loureda's reach 64 inches, her opponent a whopping 71-inch reach. So that is a significant difference for the stand-up and the striking game. After the introductions, the center referee has called them to the center, and the fight has begun. Now, Taylor Turner is securely in the center of the ring. Master Loureda is making her way around. She is going to the outside. For those of you that are familiar with the Bellator cage, unlike UFC, unlike some of the other divisions, this is a round shaped cage. It is circular, has a circular center. So Taylor Turner is somewhat fixed in the center of the ring, with Master Loureda making her way around. Master Loureda makes her way in. No real punches, kicks, or otherwise have connected for either of these fighters, and the fight is a stand-up fight at this point. Master Loureda threw a kick to the leg, which did connect. These guys are feeling each other out, getting a sense, especially I think because of the size differential for both of them. Take some adjustment. Okay. Taylor Turner made her way in, but Master Loureda connected with a right hand. They are moving about. Okay, a flurry of punches. No real damage being done at this point. From my understanding, Taylor Turner is someone who enjoys being on the ground. I know that Master Loureda has worked extensively on her BJJ with her top team. There it is. Master Loureda is now pushing her off the center and is the aggressor, but this is largely halfway through the first round, a striking match. It's basically a boxing match. Now some kicks, some punches being thrown, exchanged back and forth. Nothing too significant. Turner has won 4 of her last 6 fights, so the momentum is with her. Although Master Loureda has only lost 1, she just doesn't have a large pedigree of fights under her belt yet. Master Loureda went in with some beautiful connection of punches. Turner has not been able to connect with anything significant. I believe that she's having some trouble with timing. She just tried to throw a front roundhouse kick, which really didn't connect in any way, shape, or form. There it is. Master Loureda throws a series of punches and does connect to Turner's face. Okay, she just threw an overhand right, connected to Turner's face again. Turner seems stable, doesn't seem overly flinched by it, but eventually those punches one of them will land with some significance if this continues. There it is, 4 punches thrown. Turner has not been able to do anything meaningful. Master Loureda is definitely in control of this ring and in control of the fight. My concern, she's moving tremendously. She is young. She does have the Taekwondo background, but for many fighters, they would not be able to sustain this level of movement around the ring. Very, very hard to keep up. Oh, she just went with a devastating right hand that didn't connect, but if it had connected, it might have ended this fight early. Now she struck her with the left, and this one did knock Taylor Turner off balance. We are coming down to the last 40 seconds of the first round, and Master Loureda is definitely finding her zone. She's finding her reach. Master Loureda's 3 victories all came via KO. Her 4th, she just connected with an overhand right to the face, and Turner is visibly hurt, but she is now trying to tie up Master Loureda, probably to get her to the ground. Master Loureda lost that 1 fight in a decision, which went the full round, but the other 3 were KOs. Oh, we got 10 seconds left in this match. Oh, she threw a spinning backhand, which did not connect with any significance. Oh, and a beautiful Taekwondo back kick to end the first round. It definitely connected. It definitely caused some harm, but it was in the last second. So I don't believe that it didn't do anything to stop this fight, but it was a beautiful way to end the first round and send the message about Master Loureda and who she is. if there was any question on that first round who the winner was, up until the last few seconds, Master Loureda solidified that on the card. There's no question that that round should go to Master Valerie Loureda. These two are back at it in the second round, and they are in almost identical positions. Taylor Turner squaring off center of the ring, Master Loureda circling her on the outside, circling to the right, circling to the left. That was a successful combination in the first round. Will it be successful in the second round? Will Turner get a better sense of timing and distance? I'm not sure. Again, despite the fact that she does have the reach, Master Loureda seems to have gotten more punches thrown. Turner just tried to tie her up on the corner to take her down, but was unsuccessful. Oh, Master Loureda, beautiful. Grabbed the leg and connected with a punch to the stomach. Master Loureda definitely has managed to throw some combinations. She now threw a front akbal and then a series of punches to the face. She is definitely got more, done more devastation early in this round than she did in the first. For those of you that are watching this, I am not looking at the camera because I have some sort of problem. I am actually watching this fight on a big screen live, and that is where I'm giving you this commentary. This is happening as we speak. Wow, a series of punches thrown by Master Loureda. The look on Turner's face now is one of frustration, for sure. For sure. She's leading with a bunch of sort of soft jabs. I don't know if it's just to keep distance. They're certainly not to create any kind of damage. But because she has that 71-inch reach, perhaps she feels she'll keep Loureda from coming on the inside. There we go. They locked up, and Master Loureda pushed off, and she's very good at exiting, stepping back, and punching. Not quite Muhammad Ali style, but in the same vein. All right, now Master Loureda is having some sort of a problem. They're stopping the fight. She's having a problem with her uniform. I don't know if it got jammed up. They're giving her a second to fix it. The clock is stopped at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but whatever it is, they have gotten past it. She didn't need to go to her corner. But we are more than halfway through this second round, and we are halfway through this fight. There's no question, even if this fight went the distance, that Master Loureda has on the numbers should be winning this fight. But it is the same position, folks. You can't see it, but if you could visualize it, Taylor Turner in the blue trunks, white top, Master Loureda in a purple and blue, circling on the outside. Turner in the blue gloves, Loureda in the red. Again, Turner is jab, 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 softly, making no connection. She just lifted to do a front snap kick and did not connect. Oh, there we go. First combination from Turner we've probably seen this round. She tried to throw a jab and a cross and unsuccessful. We're now almost finished with the second round. This fight has not gone to the ground, has had very few kicks, and has been a punching battle, a battle of punches. That was the first time Turner really got in on Loureda, backed her up. Master Loureda ended up on the cage, but nothing significant. We're looking at some stats. Master Loureda's connected 32% of her punches, Turner only 13%. That's a big difference. There's a greater difference than that, though. When you watch the fight, the numbers don't tell the full story. Master Loureda's punches connect with power. None of the fight punches I've seen from Turner, including the one she just tried to land, seem to have had any effect on Master Loureda. Although I am looking, and there does appear to be a cut on Master Loureda's nose. It doesn't appear to necessarily be from a punch. Perhaps it is from a nail. or from the open hand. It's the top of the nose. It isn't bleeding badly, but it is noticeable. She did a fast double, followed by a spinning back fist and a kick. And we are now down to 10 seconds. It does seem that Master Loureda explodes. Oh, she just did a spinning back hook kick, but it did not connect. It did not connect, but she does seem to explode at the end of the round. And that is the end of round 2, folks. I will tell you, Master Loureda walked off again, fixing her uniform. There is some sort of a problem on the left side of her uniform top. We'll probably hear about it in the post-fight press conference, but I will tell you that both of those rounds should go to Master Loureda on the scorecard for sure. Okay, we are in the third and final round. Interesting, in the conversations with the coaches, Taylor Turner, I believe her coach is also her trainer, is also her husband. He was telling her how she clearly won the second round and that she needs to win this one if there's going to be a decision. I will tell you, not from where I'm sitting, you never know when it goes to the judges, but I can't see on what basis that he would be saying that other than to be encouraging. Certainly not on the numbers, certainly not on the devastation, certainly not on the forward attack. There's on no basis that I could see that Taylor Turner would have won either of those matches. But again, round 3 is starting out very much like the other two. Turner holding the center, Loureda circling. Turner does seem a little bit more desperate. She is throwing more punches. Loureda just connected to her Turner's left cheek, and it is red. She has managed with a couple of her punches, Loureda, to set Turner back and to have her head go back, which is a sign of power. We have not seen that in the reverse. We have not. There we go. A kick followed by a punch. She's managing, obviously, a Taekwondo trained Taekwondo master. She fought competitively. She was she's always said her hope was to be on the U.S. Olympic team for sparring. So she has her ring experience, even though she's this is only her 5th fight as a MMA fighter. We did see an exchange there, nothing significant. Master Loureda is amazing that she continues to move around the ring continuously this entire fight and doesn't seem to tire. That is a product of good conditioning, a product of her years of Taekwondo. We are now down to the last half of the last round. Taylor threw some punches, of which Loureda evaded. She didn't try to counter. She just simply hoojined out of the way. For those of us that know Taekwondo, know what I'm talking about. But her time to finish this fight, if she wants to finish it by KO, Master Loureda, is definitely fleeting. And while Turner is not doing well, I don't see signs that she is shaking or rocking or is disoriented enough that a knockout seems imminent. So it would have to come through a serious flurry. We now have 2 minutes left in this round. The same exact standoff. Turner in the center of the ring in the blue trunks, Master Loureda circling around her. Turner is now trying to catch her, I think, because strategically she knows she needs to increase her numbers if she has a chance to win this round, which I don't think is possible. If we were reffing this as a Taekwondo fight, Master Loureda may have gotten a gamchang for evading. She is, at this point, I think, trying to stay outside of Turner's reach. She's not aggressive. We're down to 1 minute and 35 left in the ring. And now the fight, Turner's bringing the fight to her. She attempted to clasp around her neck to take her down, but Master Loureda avoided it. They are going. We're down to the last minute, folks. I am certainly no soothsayer, but I would have to predict a victory for Master Valerie Loureda to go 4-1 in her professional career if the last minute stays like the rest. There we go. Master Loureda threw a rear leg front snap kick and connected. But Turner is still coming forward. There we go. Now Turner's tried to throw a kick to the upper thigh and then a front snap kick. They exchanged some punches, no real damage thrown. Same positioning, Turner in the center of the ring. Loureda circling on the outside. Oh, there we go. Roundhouse kick to the stomach. Master Loureda did lose her balance, but it wasn't from anything that Turner did. It was just after a very strong kick to Turner's stomach. And now Master Loureda is exploding in the last 20 seconds. This is what she's done all 3 rounds. She is taking the last bit of her time to really, really, really explode with energy. 10 seconds, she just threw a spinning roundhouse kick, nothing devastating. A hook kick didn't connect. She's now got Turner by the head. She's now punching. She just punched Turner in the face and drew blood. She tied her up on the ring, and this fight is now over. The last 15 seconds of the match, if it had gone another 20, I think Master Loureda would have knocked her out. Turner's face is quite bloody. Master Loureda is now dancing in the center of the ring, I assume, preliminarily to show her victory. But we will go to the judges' scorecard on this one. We will go to a decision on this. Always difficult because sometimes you lose. Loureda is actually covered in blood, but it is not her blood. It is the blood of Turner. These 2 opponents are hugging. Turner is quite a friendly, quite a kind. She just kissed Loureda on the head, and these 2 women are now clasping their arms in victory, raising their arms in victory in a show of sportsmanship. I think it's clear that Loureda won, but it is also clear that this is not one of the fights that is got such tension. There's no bad blood here. This is simply a fight. Now Master Loureda is doing what she always does, which is she is putting on her Taekwondo dobok and belt, waiting for the decision in her Taekwondo dobok and belt. As we are watching this, they're replaying the final blow. The left hand of Loureda just devastating the face of Turner, and the blood just comes flying out of Turner's face. I give it to Turner that she didn't get knocked out, but I will tell you that definitely given another 10 or 15 seconds, that exchange would have led to Turner being unconscious. We are getting the results. Master Valerie Loureda has gotten the first judge's decision. The second judge gave it to Turner, which I think is shocking. Here's the third judge. 30 to 22nd. Master Valerie Loureda. Master Valerie Loureda. She is crying. She has her arms raised. She's wearing her dobok and her black belt. She now hugs her opponent. Valerie Loureda, winner by split decision, new record, 4-1. They show some of her family members in the crowd, and she is very excited. She's crying. She is very excited, and they have gone to the commentators. So there you have it. We'll talk about the post-fight. I am sure. The one thing about Master Valerie Loureda is, from a social media standpoint, blowing up on social media. She fights on the undercard, but she got as much interest as anyone in the main card. The last fight, oddly, that she did lose right out of her fights, she's 4-1. The one fight she lost was on the main card. They bumped her up last minute to the main card because there was someone who had COVID or was sick. So here you go. It is Bellator MMA 271. Their deal with Showtime. The undercard appears on YouTube. We have been part of this press conference all week and this press corps all week, and will continue to be. We'll write about this, but a victory for the Taekwondo community and one of its stars in our Taekwondo and MMA segment, Master Valerie Loureda. You can check out any articles about her on our website, tkdlifemagazine.com. This episode has been presented to you by Bet Online. Bet Online are your online sportsbook experts. And again, if you're talking about Taekwondo and MMA, any of these fights, I'm sure you can bet on from Bet Online. Check them out. We'll link them in the show notes. We will follow the career closely of Master Valerie Loureda and all of the superstars of Taekwondo that are in various walks of life. And I thank you. I look forward to seeing you on the mat. Again, my name is Marc Zirogiannis.